Lots of questions around Apple, a big giant move, both in terms of price and volume on Tuesday. We got a lot of questions as to whether this breakout is real, whether it's worth buying or heading to chasing. Let's see if we can make some sense of it together. And best way I think to look at it is just be aware of what happened on Tuesday, and particularly what happened after initial reaction on Monday after the developers conference was actually an outside reversal day, which is why I always warn people about not taking a single day of price action to be too important unless there's follow through. And you can see absolutely no follow through on the back of Monday's reversal. In fact, a massive face ripping rally to the upside. So where are we now? Well, first of all, in very simple terms, we can clearly see a breakout here. The stock was up 7.25% on Wednesday on the back of really big volume. The stock typically has volume somewhere closer to the 70, 80, 90 million. We had about 172 million shares traded on Wednesday. So we can put those two things, we can check box around both the breakout and the fact that it's being supported with volume. If you look at the previous move, a big up move we had on the 3rd of May, which the stock was up about 6% that day, also on very big volume. So that's good to see. Where I'm a bit more concerned here is more in terms of how far we moved. And so that really now comes down to a question of time frames, and let's address it together. So if we add a few momentum oscillators to this, just very simple, we can see that we're already stretching. Does not mean the stock has to fall apart immediately, but I think what we're probably going to see is maybe some further upside, but it's going to be somewhat limited. Whether that's 5 or 10%, I don't know. But I ultimately think from a longer term buying perspective, this stock is probably not worth chasing here. Rather, it's a nice move that further makes the stock constructive to then add to on further consolidation, maybe to the downside, meaning on a little bit of, once the overbought ratings start to subside. So I really like what the stock did on Wednesday. And again, it comes on a 1-2 punch. Again, we had that initial rally in early May. Yesterday's move was follow through. But I think all it does for me is confirm that, yes, the stock is really trying to move higher. I think ultimately this latest breakout here is going to probably revert, and then we'll get some sort of a better entry point. So if I were to put some simple visuals around this, the way I kind of see it is, maybe there's a bit more upside, so I'm just going to draw this line for a bit higher, maybe something like that. And then ultimately, maybe we're going higher again. So I like the move. I don't think it's worth chasing immediately, although there's maybe a little bit more upside in the immediate term, 5, 10%, or even a few percent is entirely possible. What I think is more interesting here is kind of where we're focusing on of the signals we're seeing on getting very overbought and very oversold. And I think this is going to be one of those situations with Apple as well. To give you a little bit of an idea on this, because this is what we're going to talk about this week in our that's open to everyone, is you look at, for example, Target, and Target got very overbought on that initial move higher, and you can see it then got very overbought, ended up pulling back about 7%, had another attempt to the upside, and then pulled back. And we get these extreme overbought ratings or extreme oversold ratings, which we got in Target in mid-May, where the ended up rallying, 10, 11. I think Apple's going to start to see some of these moves, and I want to make sure that I'm prepping for them properly. So we're going to show you how we like to use our Vertical X Pro Extreme Overbought and Oversold process indicator. And I think that'll be something that not only in Apple, but also this summer as we head towards the election for the remainder of the year is going to become much more pronounced as we start to see even more volatility in individual names. We've seen a lot of volatility in individual names this year, but not so much in the larger stocks. And I think that's what we're about to start to see. So this is a great income strategy. We can show you exactly how it works. As always, you can sign up for that down below or on the next screen and bring a friend.